friends. This is another episode of the program Empire of Lies, in which we discuss manipulation and disinformation in the Russian media. 60 minutes as a mirror of Russian propaganda, playing war and hostility with Europe. The latest episode, dedicated to the Zapad 2025 military exercises and Donald Trump's visit to Europe, is revealing. Skabeeva and her guests are building several propaganda lines at once. 1. Russia as a military superpower. The show meticulously relishes the details of the maneuvers. Tens of thousands of soldiers, hundreds of aircraft and ships, Zircon hypersonic missiles. The reports are accompanied by upbeat rhetoric. Russia can hit targets thousands of kilometers away. The West should be afraid. This is a classic show of force, aimed both at domestic viewers to dispel doubts about the exhausted economy, and at foreign viewers to incite fear in Europe. But behind the beautiful footage lies the obvious. Such maneuvers are not so much a military necessity as an instrument of psychological pressure. 2. Europe as a victim of its own mistakes. The program presents the idea that the EU is weak, torn by contradictions, and dependent on the US. Particular attention is paid to Hungary and Slovakia, supposedly countries that are heroically resisting pressure from Brussels. The viewer is told that Europe is incapable of unity and therefore of serious support for Ukraine. This ploy serves to discredit the EU within Russia and simultaneously attempts to undermine confidence in European unity externally. 3. The US as a cynical manipulator. The program centers on Donald Trump. Skabeeva presents his position as if the US has effectively abandoned Europe and Ukraine. Trump allegedly sets impossible conditions, blackmails with tariffs, clings to China, but is not prepared to exert real pressure on Moscow. Thus, the illusion is created that America is an unreliable ally, and Europe will have to pay for it. 4. Ukraine as a doomed country. Any mention of Zelensky is accompanied by irony and accusations. He is living in illusions, losing Polish support, deceiving his people. Propaganda plays on the old tactic of portraying the Ukrainian leader as an insane fanatic who is leading the country into the abyss. 5. A hidden threat to Europe. Hints about the vulnerability of NATO's eastern flank, the Suwalki Gap, Poland and Latvia, are particularly prominent. Skabeeva warns, "Be glad it's not yours yet. No one can hide anywhere." This is outright blackmail rhetoric, the purpose of which is to force Europe to perceive the war in Ukraine not as aid to a neighbor, but as a risk of being drawn into a catastrophe. The US president was in a great mood. Journalists tried to spoil it by asking if it was time to call Putin for a ceasefire. Trump replied that it wasn't. The Times published a cartoon the day after Trump left Britain. The cartoon showed a rumpled Starmer in bed, looking like an elite athlete. American dollars are nearby. In the window, Trump, leaving the residence, is particularly noticeable because of the medal on the US president's lapel, shaped like the letter Z. So Starmer tried his best, but got nowhere. A month has passed since your meeting with Putin. Is it time to demand a ceasefire? It doesn't look like it, but when the time is right, I will, and it will be tough. Donald Trump is once again defying journalistic provocation. Why this matters for European readers might think that such shows are purely domestic entertainment for Russian viewers. But this is a mistake. 60 Minutes is part of a targeted information campaign where every word serves Moscow's strategic goals. Intimidating Europe. The message is simple. We are ready for escalation, you are not. Fueling discord within the EU, focusing on dissenters in Hungary and Slovakia, is an attempt to deepen the cracks within the Union. Undermining trust in the US, portraying Washington as an unreliable partner, and drawing Europe into the dilemma of standing alone with Russia or seeking a compromise with the Kremlin. Delegitimizing Ukraine, presenting it as a chaotic, doomed state, supposedly not worth investing in. You've been on Empire of Lies. See you soon.